Well, hello there, and welcome to a beer tasting with the old Growler. I'm Pete LaFrance, and today we're going to be sampling something I know you'll be especially interested in. Let's get started. Greetings, I'm the old Growler. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. Today, this time, we have another one from Founders, and we've tasted a lot of the different Founders beers, and I'll have a click through up there to as we go along to some of the other Founders beers that we have tasted. Today though, we have a Breakfast Stout. Oh, I love Breakfast Stouts. They're usually nice and thick and rich and tasty. Okay, but this one in particular, let's see what they expect of us, or what we expected of it. Okay, it is a double chocolate coffee oatmeal stout. And it says it's Founders Brewing Company, Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's 8.3% alcohol by volume. That's a hefty little beer. And it's 60 IBUs. So it's not too bitter. It probably has a little bit of a bitterness to it, but not too bitter. So I'm expecting a well-balanced beer. Okay, it says, the coffee lover's consummate beer, brewed with an abundance of flaked oats, bitter and imported chocolate, and 2 types of coffee. This stout has an intense, fresh roasted Java nose, topped with a frothy cinnamon-colored head that goes forever. And it was bottled on September 23rd, 2020. And let's see, today is the 17th of, no, it's the 18th of December. So it's been in the bottle a while, but I don't expect that's going to have, it's been in the refrigerator, so I don't expect it has deteriorated at all, if anything. And just by the way, if you hear any beeping or grinding outside, we have had us a snowstorm, and boy oh boy, trying to get the plows out there, they're working overtime, I can tell you. I imagine they would certainly like to have a stout like this. But let's see now. Let's get back to meeting expectations, and what do we expect? Well, as I've just outlined, it is got a lot of coffee. It will have a cinnamon-colored head, and it is a rich stout at 8.3% alcohol, so I imagine it will have a pretty good mouthfeel. And at 60 IBUs, not too bitter, so well balanced. So it's going to be a very chocolatey, rich, good mouthfeel with a nice tan head. Let's see if Founders Breakfast Stout can meet expectations. Take a look at the label there. Boy, doesn't that look good. There's a little fella there eating his bowl of oatmeal. All right, we've got our regular tasting glass. We always use this glass because that way all the beers are on an even playing field when it comes to their looks and the aroma and the flavor. Okay, let's pour this and see if Founders Breakfast Stout can meet expectations. Okay, I poured that rather vigorously, so it certainly does, and it does have exactly what it said it would look like. That is a nice tan head. It's almost opaque. Let's see if I can see through it, because we've got a very bright day. I can look out the window here in Brooklyn, and no, it's pretty opaque. Can't see through it. That's a nice thick beer, rich beer, and as I say, it's got that nice tan head. Let's go in for the first nosedive and see what we can find. Oh, yeah. There's coffee there for sure. Second nosedive. Oh, that's like a cup of coffee, but there's a richness, there's almost a chocolate aroma there too. So, the first swig. Well, it certainly is got a lot of coffee. That's a cup of coffee, all right. It has a little bit of a dry sand, a dry, dusty type of a part on the tongue, similar to a stout. I was immediately thinking of a Guinness stout with a cup of coffee in it. That's what this is tasting like. Let's go in for a second swig. Yeah, but the coffee doesn't hit you over the head, and it doesn't sneak up on you, of course, but it's right there, and it says, this is a coffee stout, and it finishes dry. I like that. Let's just check that IBUs again. It's only 60 IBUs, but it is not a sweet beer. No, this is a cup of coffee without the sugar in it, and it's rather pleasant the way it finishes, because it makes you want to have another sip, which I'm going to do. Aha, another swig. Oh. That's a nice balance. It makes you want to go back for another sip. So, does Founders Breakfast Stout meet expectations? I'm going to go a step forward and say it actually exceeds expectations. I'm the old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. If you did, click on the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the bell. That way you won't miss any of our presentations. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler. Until next time.